We appreciate that. Because sometimes South Norfolk feels like it's left out. Let's begin a little bit with my background and what motivates me, because the introduction kind of gives titles as to where I am now, but not how I got here. It says I'm a minister at Macedonia Church. Well, quite frankly, that's really what motivates me to do almost everything else that I do, is my faith. And I know in politics you don't want to hear that, but that's what motivates me to do what I do. All right, I have a business background. I initially went to college and intended to be a lawyer who would go into politics. My father was a state representative, a state senator and commissioner. I decided I was not going to do those things. But then in the end, I transitioned and became an electrician, became an electrical contractor. Within 3 years, I ended up owning the largest minority electrical contracting firm in the state. Within about 2 years after that, I was actually running 6 companies that I started myself as an entrepreneur. And they were all successful until the recession of early 1990s. So I bring that business background, I bring the, for whatever purpose of it, the faith background, which always made me to be the public advocate. So while I was doing all these other things, education became important because I had employees that were working for me. They were not very well educated. Education became a big thing for me. So then the same time in the 80s and earlier, I became actively involved as an advocate for education within the community. That positioned me later on for a job working with Norfolk Public Schools, because I had been working, quite frankly, in community relations within a number of communities here. It positioned me well for a job that I had for 18 years, which primarily was a focus about human relations, diversity, how we all get along as communities. All of these things, I say, actually positions me best as the candidate for mayor at this point in time. The business background, the fact that I currently now have 11 years, I've risen to the position of Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. Yeah, good, you got a title, but what did you do? Well, what did you do? Well, 2006, when I ran for that position, I made a number of promises. I promised people that I was going to improve education, bring reform to education. The achievement gap was something that was spoken about in back doors for such a long time, and now it's on the forefront. People thought nothing could be done about it, but I says, I will make it dent. I will make a change with raising education here in the state of Connecticut. Education cost sharing formula, that I would improve it, I would change it. People said, that can't happen. You can never make any differences there. Well, I beg to differ. 30 seconds? I didn't even start. Okay, we'll get into a lot of that stuff later. But why am I running? Why am I running? I'm running because right now, the state of Connecticut, for the last 11 years, I voted on tough budgets. I raised taxes so that the city did not have to raise taxes. We actually raised taxes on strategic things, though, to retool the state of Connecticut. Because after 2008, we were broke. We had to redo things. While we did that, though, however, cities, which were kept whole, did nothing to follow the trends of what we were doing. Right now, we are a city that is in transition, major transition. Millennials are here.
Morris, your time's up. Thank you.
I'm doing this because I want to serve you.